Hi there, and I'm Aaron. Welcome to the movie library. It's a big night, and we have some big announcements to talk about tonight. Let me just move this a little bit closer, um, and let's kind of center this a bit. Yeah, a little bit better. Anywho, for those that haven't been here before, welcome to the movie library. This is the Cult of Cinema. Hey there, Chris, and it's a huge night in the Cult of Cinema. Hey there, Emily. I knew you'd be here. I was actually going to message you. For those of you that follow my channel and have been following it for a while, there's one thing that you're gonna know. I know my vinegar syndrome and I know my Z grade horror. Hey there, Scalder. Um, that's sort of like one of my fortes. That I did not plan to make a video tonight because I'm doing an interview tomorrow. But wow. Okay, so Vinegar Syndrome made an announcement. Who here hasn't seen the Vinegar Syndrome announcement? Is there anybody here that hasn't heard of what Vinegar Syndrome announced tonight? Because holy crap, did they ever kill it? I have gotten every Vinegar Syndrome October bundle since the October bundles have started. I don't know how I'm going to afford this one. Hey, Al. Oh, Dave, this is good. I actually have not missed a bundle yet. But anyway, here we go. So there are 5 films announced. Hey there, Weldon. And I'll go through them. I'll show you the pictures, like front and back of the slip covers, and then we'll go over the features and all that type of stuff. So we'll get into all the good stuff and what makes them special. One of them is really near and dear to my heart, actually, because it's one that I saw when I was in college, my first year of college, and it's actually I think it's one of the first movies I ever rented on VHS as a college student. So that's I couldn't believe it was there. Uh, so who done it? Now, the original VHS release of this, just like see the bloody handprint, that was all that was on the VHS release of this. It was kind of like almost looked like a bathroom, like I think a bathroom like tile thing. Hey there, Mary. Happy Friday and happy Vinegar Cinnamon Announcement Day and the bloody handprint. That was all that was on there. And I think there's maybe like one picture or two, but a lot of text on the back of who done it. This is one I remember a lot. It is definitely kind of a lower budget slasher film. It's very much in the vein of Agatha Christie as you know, 10 Little Indians, or what's it called now? Whatever they call it now. Um, and then there are none. There we go. Hey there, Mike. Are you excited about the Vinegar Syndrome announcement? Because I am. So anybody that loves slasher films, here's the back, by the way. 7 people are dead, and you're next. It's a huge, huge deal to see this one like being put out. And I'll just go right into the features on this one, before, and then we'll go into the next one. As as well, I just realized that I didn't mark the movies by their titles, but yeah, I can find them. Don't worry. I got this. I got this one. Somebody say slash yes, Chris, and a really cool one too. So pretty much, it is a really unique film. Who done it? Others know it as All in the Blood, Scared Live. I know it is Who Done It. That's the title that I saw it under. Um, Pretty cool, super gory actually, if I remember it correctly. I'm not quite sure if the gore is gonna like stand up to the test of time, what the gore is like now. But back in the day that I saw this, I thought it was like super gory. So anyway, it was like we have like a new 4K restoration from its original 35 millimeter camera negative. Blood and Sweaters, an interview with actor Terrence Goldman. Dying for the Opportunity, an interview with actor Jim Piper. Containing the Excitement, an interview with actress Marie Elise Rakazner. Cutting a Long Story Short, an interview with the editor Harry Riot. Commentary track with the Astaire Continues group. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much. I actually really appreciate that. I'm going to open the comment section on my phone tonight while I do this, because I'm obviously going to be looking at this here for the. We have a great group of people in here. Of course, the original theatrical trailer, reversible cover artwork, which is going to be interesting to see, and of course, English subtitles Uh, I appreciate that. Yeah, the fact that you waited to see my the unveiling. So I want to leave the 4K one to last because that's a pretty big one too. Uh, so next up we will do Rest in Pieces. So over the last year, Jose Larraz has been having kind of a banner year. Last year there was the Arrow box set that came out. Arrow's been announced has been releasing a bunch of Larraz stuff. As we've seen Larraz stuff come out, like originally, I think back in the day it was only vampires and symptoms that you could actually get with Larraz. Then eventually you get like the Black Candles, which came out from Code Red. But now Larraz stuff is coming out all over the place. Deadly Manor's been put out. Edge of the Axe has come out. Um, and now we got Rest in Pieces. And now this is the other artwork for Rest in Pieces, by the way. Feature wise on the Larraz set, we got here. Let's see. We have a newly scanned from the 4K, um, from its 35 millimeter OCN, original camera negative. Includes both English and dubbed Spanish language soundtracks, piece by piece, in an interview with actor Scott Thompson Baker. And for those guys that don't know and haven't seen Manor before, I there was a point in my life when I was going to go, hey there, George. I was going to go into acting, and one of the things the only thing that interested me when it came to like film, like or TV acting, was was soap operas because it was like the closest thing to to being on stage as you could get. So Scott Thompson Baker, who I know from like soap operas actually, is the star of this film. So there's an interview with him on here. I'm actually very interested in that. And but the killer thing on here, aside from having being a really cool film, and if you like the slasher stuff, you're gonna love this, is an audio commentary with Sam Deegan and Ket Ellinger. Hey there, Andy. So Sam Deegan and Ket Ellinger do the audio commentary for this one here. That is amazing. Did you like the podcast, Kubrick? Hopefully you found it fun. Thanks. Actually, yeah, I think Scott Thompson, he did a few soap operas, but I think he did spend some time on Days of Our Lives. I can't remember which character he played right now. I'm not sure if he took over Cal for a while, but he did. He was on it. The Daughters of Darkness. That's right. They're doing the commentary uh, for uh, for the for the oh my God, for the Larraz film. Next up is another. We got another Spanish film here, and we got Cemetery of Terror. So if you like your cool like kind of like zombie type things, I love this artwork, by the way. It is very, very nice. Let me know what you think of it, Dungeon Studio. I'll be really interested in hearing your opinion when you actually listen to the because I had fun doing it. Had fun doing the. Oh my God, I'm gonna get that review. That's the word I meant. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a big night. Okay, so this was the directing debut of Ruben Galindo Jr. He did like Grave Robbers. That also came out from Vinegar Syndrome. Don't Panic. So Cemetery of Terror. Again, what's that? The first legendary actor, Hugo name I'm gonna mispronounce. Uh, Stiglitz. Stiglitz. So we get a new 4K restoration from the OCN. Um, on here, we got a commentary track with the director. We got a commentary track with Stereo Continues. There's an interview with the director, an interview with actor Rene Cardona III. Oh, he's in this? Oh, nice. Okay. Big fan of Rene Cardona III. So, yes, uh, super stoked with that one. Next up, and this is a bit of a surprise that I didn't know. Maybe it was announced, that this was going to be there. But there's a new VSA. So there's a new Vinegar Cinema Archive release coming out. And honestly, guys, this might be one of the better ones. And it is a Necromancer. I love this artwork. And there's the alternate artwork, which is okay, but I love the cheesiness of this. This is the artwork that I truly appreciate. Oh, nice, Alan. That novelization should be really cool. So when we come to Necromancer, one of the neat things about this one, and one of the things I'm super stoked about with this one here, um, is, well, it stars Elizabeth Caton, and you guys know that I super love the actress Elizabeth Caton and pretty much everything she's in. We also get Russ Tamlin, who, if you got the Al Adamson set, you're going to see him in a few Al Adamson films, including, of course, his best Al Adamson's probably his disputedly best film, Satan's Saddest. We got a new 4K restoration from the 35mm OCN on here, taking the reins of video conference with director Dusty Nelson, a despicable job, an interview with Lee Cole, Conjuring the Past, an interview with actor Wade Riddle, limited edition of 4,000 for the VSA. We have a double-sided posters here, one of those huge posters that we always see. Russ Tamlin is amazing. I love him in everything. Hey there, Vanessa. Are you into this type of stuff? Because it's some pretty good stuff. And got the English subtitles here as well for this one. And a lot of people say, well, why do you mention that the subtitles on there? Well, I have quite a few friends that are actually hard of hearing, and subtitles are extremely important to them when it comes to a film. And I'm not getting any younger either, guys. So the one I guess that most people are most excited about, hey there, Griff, is the 4K. Uh, it's unique. It's French, and it's never been. I'm pretty sure it's never been on not on VHS or DVD or anything. I don't think I've ever seen here. So this is Deadly Games. It's had like a different, like a million different titles. Dial Code Santa Claus. I think it's like Paranoia. Is there? Feature wise for that one, this is where we get like super big into the features. Are you ready? You guys are ready for this? Because yeah, this is nuts. Uh, so Renee Manzour's Dial Santa Claus, aka 3615 code Paranoia, aka Deadly Games, aka Game Over, had a bunch of titles. Makes its worldwide 4K Ultra HD debut and its US disc debut. So it hasn't been on DVD or Blu-ray or 4K UHD in the US, and I don't think it's been here in North America either at all. Like, so I don't think Canada has had it either. So this one has an insane amount of features on here. Aside from having newly scanned and restored 4K, which of course you can have as a 4K disc, OCN for this one here. Um, you also get it's going to be a 4K UHD combo pack. Exactly. See, that's the thing. Like, you don't get wrecked your hearing, but when it comes to listening to loud music, I'm surprised my eyes aren't gone from like being up at late at night with with just with lights turned off and trying to not let my grandparents know that I'm up watching movies. Okay, so we got a newly scanned here. Interview with director Renee Manzour, uh, 88 minutes long. Like, let that sink for a second. The director interview done for this disc is 88 freaking minutes long. That is nuts. Uh, Interview with actor Alain Musi to become a man, 40 minutes long. So we get an 80-minute long interview with that's a feature length with the director. We get a 40-minute long interview with the actor, extensive still gallery with a director commentary on the still gallery, by the way. You can get multiple storyboards and comparisons, behind the scenes featurettes, synapses short film by Renee Manzour, pre-trailer model shots. There's actually a Bonnie Tyler music video. So if you're a fan of Bonnie Tyler, and I am actually a fan of Bonnie Tyler, so turn away bright eyes. She did a music video called Merry Christmas. It's on here. I'm not quite sure how or why it's on here, but it's on here. French, English, and Italian trailers, French teaser trailers and TV spots, reversible cover art, and newly translated English subtitles. The only thing that disappoints me is that where this is a French film, I would have loved to have also seen French subtitles as an option as well. But I guess like if you're French, you can also like just listen to it and turn the subtitles off. But just as for me, somebody that's learning French, um, it's really would have been a really kind of a big thing for me. So that's like 5 films coming out. So again, we got a 4K release. It is a dual disc release. It's got a 4K Blu-ray release, and that's Deadly Games, otherwise known as Doll Code Santa Claus, and otherwise known as a million other titles. You're getting a new VSA with a brand new gigantic poster upon your wall, and in Necromancer, you get again another foreign film with Cemetery of Terror, and then another one with Rest in Pieces, and of course there's Who Done It. There's a So basically you're going to get like one. There's two real slashers on here, Rest in Pieces and Who Done It. We got like a kind of a zombie international horror with Cemetery of Terror. We have a French horror film that's came in I think 1988, 1989, somewhere in there, which is a kind of a Christmas horror film, which I really love. And Necromancer, which just is a fun film. That is Elizabeth Caton right there on the cover. I should have known that because I do enjoy her in pretty much everything. I'm missing out your comments. I do apologize. I will actually get to that right now because they're there on the small screen. So I'm going to put them on a bigger screen here. Van Halen, AC/DC, that I love. Uh, so I got to go back here because I do not actually need you guys to see the music that I was listening to today. But of course I got ads. So I got to close this up. I am actually using a new iPad. Thanks for noticing, Brian. I am using a new iPad. I'm no longer mic'd, like as in there's no longer a lavalier on me. I have like a new iPad that I'm using right now, which is an iPad 7, which has a bit of a bigger screen. So I got a 10.2 on this one as opposed to the 9.7 on my other one. Doesn't make much difference when I'm doing this, but it makes a difference when I'm watching stuff afterwards. But also I have like a Blue Ice mic here that I'm using. There are few pre-orders under the partners. Oh yeah, let's look, because I'd heard that. Because there's AGFA, isn't there? So let's go right into that. I want to look in there and see what we got here. I want to see if there's anything here from. Why did that not show up with their initial stuff? I wonder. So let's go to the partner labels and we'll go to Fun City Edition, see if they got anything new, and they do. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for letting me know that. So we have David Green's I Start Counting from Fun City Editions, which should be a really fun one. Thanks, John, by the way. That has, oh, okay. So that has a newly restored and scanned 2K from the 35 millimeter interpositive. There's a interview with Jenny Agutter, who doesn't love Jenny Agutter? Come on. A video introduction by Jenny Agutter herself. Loss of Innocence, a video essay, I Start Counting by Chris O'Neill. Auto commentary with film historian Sam Deegan. Damn. I Start Directing, David Green's Complicated Family Stories by Amanda Rice. This one might be up your alley, Vanessa. Remembrance as a Basil Kirchen. David Green and I Start Counting by Matt Stevenson. So what is this movie about? All right. As young Wynn, played by Jenny Agutter, comes of age, a psychotic killer of teen schoolgirls stalks her hometown, which is rapidly transforming from an antiquated village to a forward-looking new town. Is the murderer Wynn's much older foster brother, George? The conflicted Wynn is deeply in love with George, but also fears that he's guilty of horrific crimes. That sounds damn interesting, guys. Now let's look at AGFA. So AGFA looks like Scary Tales is coming out. I got to show you this cover, guys. So Scary Tales. Let's show you the other. And there's the back art. It kind of looks like somebody's Halloween picture, like like if you take your picture on Halloween, like you're dressed up, but maybe your costume's not quite finished. So, Scary Tales provides the proof that films of John Waters and Don Dohler aren't the only genre miracles from Baltimore. Shot on video horror anthology that plays like a public access version of Creepshow. Uh, this is what happens when satanic necklaces, bloodthirsty slashers, and D&D style live action role playing collide with cool dads, neon light bulbs, and dungeon synthesizers. AGFA and Bleeding Cells are thrilled to present this gore filled dreamscape that's meticulously pieced together. Oh my god, there's so much good stuff from its original SVHS master tape. I remember SVHS, by the way. We get a commentary track. It is a new transfer from the original master tapes. 1987 demo version of the movies on here. Outtakes and vintage TV promo appearances. Early horror shorts by the director Doug Ulrich. Bonus movie, Darkest Soul. They do that a lot in 1994. How many Gothic Cowboy podcasts have I been on? I've been on 2 so far. Hopefully, I don't know if Daniel's here. Hopefully, Daniel will have me on more. And a reversible cover. So, holy crap, guys. There's a ton of stuff coming out from Vinegar Syndrome and their labels that they work with. 7 titles in total. I thought there was 5. There's 7. And man, that Fun City one sound looks really, really good. Jenny Agutter and Slashers. Who's not down with that? Like, who's not down with Jenny Agutter and in a slasher movie? I wonder how old she was at this point. Like, was this like teen Jenny Agutter? Is this like Walkabout Jenny Agutter, or is this like just pre? It says coming of age, so I'm gonna guess it's a younger. Oh, there's another. Are you serious? What's Utopia? Okay, so there's another one that I did not miss. That I did miss. Or did not miss. Called Bloody Nose, Empty Pockets. And what is Bloody Nose, Empty Pockets? I have no clue. It looks newer, actually. 2020. Oh, so this is a new film? By Bill Ross IV and Turner Ross. The artwork, oh, Vanessa. Have you not got into any of the Vinegar Syndrome stuff yet? They put out some really amazing artwork on their stuff. I'm going to go over in a second. I'm going to draw out some of my Vinegar Syndrome slipcover releases, and I'll show you some of my favorites. Because it's Vinegar Syndrome night tonight, guys. We're diving deep into Vinegar Syndrome. You're going to have to check them out now. So this one here was done in 2020, on the eve of the 2016 U.S. presidential election. On its final night before closing, a Los Angeles dive bar becomes a stage where its employees and barfly commiserate one last time. Filmmaker brothers Bill and Turner Ross train their keenly observed quasi-fiction on the lived-in atmosphere of a haunt whose masked warmth and love conceal its patrons' worries, at least for a while. Bloody Nose, Empty Pockets is a carefully constructed yet oddly affecting record of an American sensibility at once straining to survive and ready for the end. Well, I gotta say, that plot line is super intriguing. I'm looking like a wild man today. That's the beard. This is the beardiest beard I've had. And actually, do you guys like it? You can be honest with me. If you don't like the beard, you can let me know. But I will be honest and tell you, I was gonna like shave this down, but I am kind of digging this, and I'm probably gonna keep this until I go to Corner Brook. I won't keep it for then. Thank you, Al. But I love the beard. I love having the beard. So 8. I was wrong. It's 8. Thanks, Emily. 8 films in total, and that is incredible. Thank you. See, now I feel all. You guys are making me feel all. Thank you, Vanessa. And Brian. There we go. Winter beard. That's it. So should I keep? Did you guys know that although I'm a pretty scrawny guy, and that's I'm not. That's not me like ragging on myself. It's just me being honest. Well, I'm not scrawny as I used to be. Dude, this new iPad connector. So far, so good. Kubrick. Now, we got a call from our internet service provider. Yes, today, and we haven't had like TV or even home phone for a while. We actually cut both of those out. So when I got my new iPad and got everything set up, did I see the Dune trailer? I'm excited, but I'm a little bit nervous, Josephine, because did you notice that I'm not sure what they're doing, but I didn't see the daughter anywhere in that trailer. Um, yeah, so I did play Santa one year for like a local community, like a kind of a community center. I don't have an iPad Pro. I got like the kind of like the cheaper version of the iPad Pro. Like I guess what you want to call it, the iPad 7, right? It's got the bigger screen, not as big as an iPad Pro, but it does have like compatibility with the pen, iPad pen, and the keyboard, which are too expensive for me to buy anyway. But it's nice to have it, you know, just nice to have that compatibility. Um, I got this one here because mine, obviously, my one here is broken, and I wanted to be able to actually. I'm working really hard. Uh, yes, thank you, and please hit the like button. Listen to Mike; he's a wise person. Um, to really try and kind of like go forward with the channel and get as much as get as much as I can. That's why I like the new microphone and the iPad. Well, the old one right now is being used for this purpose. So basically, anytime, like say it's hard sometimes for me to like go grab, get in front of the computer. Or I'll have to bring the iPad or all the stuff upstairs. Sometimes the lighting's not so good. So if I want to show like different movies on here, if I want to get to different websites, it's easy, as you can see, to show it right here. Um, Inception. So I super enjoy that. Would you guys mind waiting a second? I'll go over there and I'll bring over for Vanessa and a lot of you guys some of my favorite. I love physical photo albums. I don't have any here with me. My better half, she has one, but I had one when I was younger, and I got it on a deal, so that was of course. But I got it at a really good price. So I'm gonna get you guys some of my very favorite like Vinegar Syndrome, like physical releases, some with slip covers, stuff like that. I'm just gonna run and grab that. I'll be right back. You guys cool with that? You want to see some? You want to see some of the best physical copy releases of Vinegar Syndrome? All right. All right. Consider this a sampler pack. Uh, what do I think of Pandemonium and Beyond Evil? I haven't seen Pandemonium in a long time. I always joke about it. But that's the one I think with the guy from the Smothers Brothers. I think it's Tommy Smothers. I really have to see it again. Beyond Evil. Do I have Beyond? No, I don't have Beyond Evil. Do I? But that's a fun one if I remember correctly. Imagine Vinegar Syndrome break. Can't wait to see the ones I've chosen. Okay. So first off, I'll do something really simple, and I'll show you guys what a lot of you guys have seen. Vanessa has not seen though. What a Vinegar Syndrome box set looks like. Vinegar Syndrome. Every once in a while, Vanessa does box sets. They've only put out around three so far. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, three. But when they do them extremely well, and they're very different than any other box set that you've seen. So right here is their Forgotten Jelly box set. It wraps around It slides open like this. When you take them out, that's something very special. So there's police are blundering in the dark. The killer is one of 13, which I love and some people don't because it's one of the slower ones. And trauma. So what's neat about this is that every single one of these on the inside, and this is where the attention to detail for Vinegar Syndrome comes really into play. So in the police are blundering in the dark, one of the big weapons in the film is a pair of scissors, as you can see here with the blood splatter. In The Killer is one of 13, one of the big weapons is a switchblade, as you can see here. Which one do I think is the best soundtrack? I'm not quite sure. There's so many good ones. I mean, I like the Jolly stuff, soundtrack-wise. I would have to look back into it. And in Trauma, the straight razor was the big weapon of choice. So they've actually taken the time. Like they could have just done it, like just done this and just put them on a normal box set with like a thin case, but nope, it passes the knock test. Other sets that they put out are of course the Angel set, which was their first, no, their second, and the first set, which was the Amityville Curse collection, which I do recommend for anybody that likes fun, kind of like cheesy horror stuff. I'm going to get you hooked on Vinegar Syndrome, Vanessa. All right, so Vinegar Syndrome doesn't only do their, like, they're famous for their slipcovers. Great, it's amazing announcements. They also do slipcovers for other companies as well, companies that they sell within them. AGFA and Fun City Editions are two that they do slipcovers for. Check the comment above. I would check there. Have I ever seen Goblin or Daft Punk in concert? I wish, man. I would kill to see either one of those. I love Goblin and Daft Punk. So they did a slipcover for Drug Stories, which I actually got to watch. This is fun. This is really, this is my bag, man, as Austin Power would say. I haven't seen the Tall T. A while back, yeah, actually I got the Bud Boddicker Randolph Scott box set from Indicator. Good film for the one I remember. So, let's get into some of their stuff. The other thing they did was last year they announced a sub-label called VSA. So VSA stands for Vinegar Syndrome Archives. Haven't seen Pretty Poison. Pretty Poison is the one with Norman Bates, right? With Anthony Perkins. Yes, I have. Actually, Tuesday Weld. I really like that film. So this is... Oh, I'll show you the cover for Pale Blood if I got it over there. Actually, I'll show you the cover for Pale Blood right now. Hold on. Because when you see the cover for Pale Blood on the website, it doesn't do it justice. Because this here is Pale Blood. And this is gorgeous. So look at this cover. By the way, the artwork on the inside of this too, because I know, look at that. Is this not the most gorgeous artwork on the inside? Amazing. What would be a method of killing if I was in a slasher film? That's actually a really good question. I used to write horror films, so probably something needlessly elaborate, which would end up getting me killed in the long run. Hey there, Sardis. So this is a VSA. So it's meant to kind of like give you like the feel of the old VHS, like ones where you just take the tape out. Now the neat thing about the VSAs is when you open them up, on the inside there's a poster. So you're ready for this. So for those that haven't seen their posters or the VSAs, by the way, the Necromancer one, that's a VSA release. And what that means is you're going to get a poster this size with reversible artwork. Every single VSA release will always include a double-sided poster on the inside. And of course, as always, because important to do, this isn't your regular slim case. I plan on framing some of my posters, Regman, when I get to Morocco. There's some that I have planned to frame. Obviously, some of my autograph ones, like the ones I got from the Al Adson set. Did Dutch K give me a list of questions? No, I think we're gonna kind of wing it a bit. Um, Usually the best way to go to be more natural with it. Great sound. Thank you. I've invested in a new mic, so hopefully it works out. Okay, some of the other like really cool. Uh, is it live? I don't think it's gonna be live. I think we're gonna be on. Basically, I'm gonna do a Zoom with Dice K, and then he'll film it and edit it as as he wants, and then he'll put it up later on. So when I let you know, oh, on Dice K's channel, this is his thing. He's done a lot of these interviews. That's Vanessa. That's how actually one of the ways I found out about a lot of Vanessa stuff was because she's one of my favorite interviews on Dice K's channel. The infamous Beyond the Door slipcover. Beyond Door 3, sorry. So this is a slipcover that actually sold out really, really quickly. He's extremely good at the interview. I've been lucky in the fact, exactly, I'm up train, that pretty much, uh, yeah, no, every person that I've worked with, like in the last year or so, from Daniel to Brian, uh, to Cinema Dave, to Heath, to Ned Daisuke, have all been amazing, um, and they definitely bring the best out in people. Untethered by the mic cord. There we go. But still, you got to be able to hear me, so I got to move. I'm always nervous that you're not going to hear me, so I do lean in a bit until I got it all figured out, like sound wise. Next up is Spookies, which actually had two covers. This is one of the two covers. Oh, Daisuke just does such amazing stuff. I was watching like one of Heath's videos tonight too, actually. This, by the way, this is awesome. If you don't own Spookies, yeah, I own Spookies. Spookies is not one. Is just one of those. It's one of those fun films that's nuts. Uh, but it also has two documentaries on it. Not one documentary. That'd be awesome. One documentary on the making of Spookies. Super great. I have the Red Green Show, the complete collection and movie. That's a really cool set, Alan. So kudos, cool points for that one. But also has like a documentary here on. I would love to see. Vinegar Cinema is a perfect company to put up Meet the Feebles. The Vipco story. So if you remember Vipco from the UK, their company put out like a lot of video nasties and stuff like that. So there is a over 2 hour long documentary on. Sometimes they'll get like damage. I gotta be careful with them. And sometimes there's really not a lot you can do. At the end of the day, you don't put slip cover in your. It's nice to have, and you look really attractive and sexy. And I prefer to have them than not have them. But you don't you can't watch the slipcover. It's not going to show you the film, so I'm okay if like you get like a dent or a tear or something like that. Some people like really get super upset about it. I think this is probably next one I'm going to show you. It's probably some of the best artwork on any slipcover that they have ever done. The film is the thing. The film is key. Cinema is key. We are the cult of cinema here. They have protectors now. They do, but that's like a whole different thing. Saw Night Bloody Night. That's a hard get, man. So Blood Games. By the way, This I highly recommend. This is a really friggin' good movie. Uh, and this is the back art. The artwork does not do it justice. And this is good. The artwork's amazing. Hey there, Red Raven. Um, Hayride. There, I think there might have been a Hayride movie actually. So somebody may beat you to the punch on that one. One of my favorite, personal favorite Vinegar Syndrome slipcovers, and I do actually like. I always was the person that would like say you got to get the slipcover. You're gonna be really upset if you don't get it because it looks really good once you see it in real life, and that's is Shot. So Shot is a low budget, like kind of like a student film, really. And this cover here is very reminiscent of R. Crumb, of Robert Crumb, or in Hard Pecor, Pecor, basically their artwork. But mostly, this is really Crumb. This is very Crumb-esque, and it's not just there. It goes. I would say, yeah. When you heard me say Robert Crumb, you had to know then that I've seen the Bill Clinton stuff. That's what the cover of the shot reminds you of is Bill Plimpton. I can see that actually. For me, I guess because I was more of a comic book guy, really like when this reminded me of like the those Crumb Underground comics that I used to have. So that was like as soon as I saw the artwork on that, I knew I had to have that slipcover. A couple others here, and this is Prey. I don't own Fritz the Cat, which I do like actually, and actually I don't mind the Nine Lives either. Now the Crumb documentary, I don't own it, but I love it. So this is Pride. This is actually really, really good. Like you seen in your high school, you Vanessa, you gotta just Google Robert Crumb. I don't know, maybe. Okay, just be careful when you're googling Robert Crumb, but you'll understand what I mean if you see the artwork. I don't know if that's a he. He was a man. All right. So when they started, one of the neat little things that they did were lenticular slipcovers. So for those here that have not seen them, welcome to the glory days of VHS, when the lenticular cover ruled. And Vinegar Syndrome brought it back. But that wasn't their first lenticular cover. Yeah, you know I'm getting to that AMA. This was their first lenticular cover. Jack Frost, the classic film that introduced Shannon Elizabeth to the screen, and a very unique death scene, which is a little iffy. But I really love this artwork. Jack Frost. Not gonna lie, probably a better Jack Frost than the Michael Keaton film. Just my thoughts, but I'm sticking with it. Those are some of my favorite Vinegar Syndrome covers. Now I'm going to see some of your comments that I missed out on while I was actually grabbing that stuff. So hyped am I about this release announcement that when I went to get these here, you purchased? Did you really? I almost leapt over here as opposed to going around. Apparently, I thought for a second there I was younger than I actually am. So we won't go with that. These are not my gymnastics free running days. Do I own any cowboy hats? That's actually a neat little question. I used to have a cowboy hat. Uh, I once on one of my on Father's Day one year, my kids were came over and they brought one of the things they brought was this cowboy hat, and with absolutely like no modesty at all, I totally rocked the cowboy hat. I did. The cowboy hat actually suited me. Um, I forgot I used to kill you on Letterman. I miss guys like Letterman that would actually do that stuff. I like the late night interviews viewers that are around now, but I don't think that anybody, like they're talented, that anybody has what Letterman had. Because Letterman had this really uniqueness to him, where he would do stuff that was different and outside the box. Um, and now it's just straightforward interviews and start off with either like kind of cheesy humor or political humor. Um, see, Jimmy Fallon I like, but I don't think he's got what he's got the Letterman thing. So, I mean, you don't like the whole like talking about my tight pants. Carson was was the gentleman interviewer. I love Carson. I love Fowler. I love I love Letterman. I grew up with Letterman, and I grew up with Carson. Those were the two people when I turned on the TV at night. Um, I loved like Carson as an interviewer. I loved Letterman as just like a rule breaker. And I when I would have loved to have done something like that. To The closest thing to having a Letterman was Craig Ferguson. You know what? That's actually a really good analogy, because Ferguson did do kind of out of the box type of stuff. R.I.P. Rickles. Oops. Dana Riggs. Unfortunately, we lost. And okay, I'm bringing it back up again. I'm shock to the heart type of thing. I can see why Ferguson came up. He'd been doing it for a while. I think the closest to Letterman that ever came was Conan O'Brien, and unfortunately, uh, if anybody got a raw deal in late night, it was Conan O'Brien. Him and Letterman. Another similarity between Letterman and O'Brien. They both got raw deals on late night. Both because of the same person. Screw you, Jay Leno. Uh, Probably a nice person in real life, but man, did he screw over people to get ahead. Check out the Late Show, which is an actual like a movie about the retirement of Johnny Carson and the fight between, well, not really a fight, and what happened between like Letterman and Leno, and Leno is actually played by, I think, by Daniel Roebuck, and I really like Daniel Roebuck. He's an underrated actor. He was in Matlock. I think he's been in most of like of Rob Zombie's films as well. That's not offending me at all. You go and get your shower, man. You work at a library. You got like a dream job for me. I love libraries. So have an amazing night, Josephine. Uh, and I'll, well, hashtag libraries are essential. It's true. And over here in Canada, we lost a lot of them, especially here in Newfoundland. Unfortunately, well, I was in Newfoundland before. I'm in Nova Scotia now, and that's a damn shame. But I'm just happy that you came in and spent some time with me, and the rest of the guys here. So thank you. Kubrick also works at a library. He does also work at a library. We have two librarians here. Anybody else work at the library? Because you guys are my heroes, guys. Because I loved libraries growing up. I, it was how I got, it was how I got away. It's like now I got my movies. This is my movie library. This is my library. I still read. Don't worry. I haven't become literate, but I got asked that actually recently. A friend of mine asked me. He said, do you read? You watch a lot of movies, but do you read?" I was like, "Yeah, I I do read." You work. See, I actually I've never like I've dated librarians, but like when I was in college, but I dated a lot of people, but but I never actually. I always wanted to work in a library. I always thought that was such a fascinating place to work. You had the books and the papers, the magazines, um, everything so close by. There's something like just innately like comforting about libraries. You don't have to pay late fees. You're a rebel, Kubrick. Kubrick, you're a rebel. Your grandma used to go to a video rental store in the 90s. She'd see Jack Frost 2 on the shelf and thought it was Michael Keaton's sequel. Yeah, it's what's it called again? I got it over here somewhere on DVD. Um, the Revenge of the, I probably do too. Mike, I probably talk too much about it. The Revenge of the Mutant Killer Snowball Man or something like that. It's like Jack Frost 2, like just randomly he says, let's become gremlins. Let's do that. Jack Frost was kind of a supernatural slasher film, but hey, let's become gremlins. Because why not? And let's take it out of the winter. And because it's a sequel, let's do Jack Frost 2 on a tropical island. Won't that be wacky? So that's what they did. Whether you like it or not, that's what they went with it. I just I got like the all the free stuff that I could get on my iPad. I got like a year of Apple TV, and I got like the Apple Music for 3 months thing for free, which I'll cancel after 3 months because I'm not finding a lot of the music that I like. My when you get a new uh, the Apple device, whether it be an iPad or an iPhone, they give you a free year of Apple TV. Um, so the neat thing about it is I really didn't think there was going to be anything on there for me. I'm going to watch Amazing Story soon. There's like a 6 episode season of that. But I'm watching a cartoon called Central Park. And what what some people don't know, well, you guys probably do by now. You guys have been around there for a lot. Is I'm a theater guy. So Central Park's one of the leads, like voice actor. It's a cartoon series. It's a cartoon musical, by the way. Uh, has is Leslie Odom, who is Aaron Burr in Hamilton, the original Aaron Burr, and you also have oh God, I think it's Diggs, who does like Thomas Jefferson and Lafayette in Hamilton as well. So he's in it too. So they play characters in this kind of like animated musical. It's gone on for 2 seasons now. I've only seen like the first 3 episodes, but I was actually pretty impressed. Found my channel when I appeared on Brian's Just the Discs. Is it Brian's birthday today? I gotta check. I got Brian on my Facebook. Hey there, Elvin. I feel horrible if I didn't say happy birthday to Brian yet. Because I should remember this stuff. You are right, man. It's time for my birthday gift. It helps we don't pronounce it. We don't spell it birthday. Which one do I use? I think happy birthday, Brian. This is Brian from Just to This podcast and Pure Cinema, which, by the way, everybody should be subscribed to and watching and listening to, because it's incredible. But because I'm a cheesy geek and I couldn't find one birthday gift I like, Brian, you're getting 2 birthday gifties here. I love these gifts. Gifts. How do you say that? There we go. I gotta ask you, Brian, since you got here, what do you think of these announcements? Because I am gonna say right now, man, greatest for me, like hands down, greatest month of October we've seen from Vinegar Syndrome. Rest in peace. Not just rest in pieces though. We got Deadly Games first time on disc here in North America. First time, not just on Blu-ray, first or 4K, first time on DVD. Oh, sorry, it is. Don't worry, I will show you the announcements because I wrote them. I actually thought ahead, and I got a picture there. Brian, is this your first time seeing my new setup? I can't remember. So there are five right here, and we'll go through them here. So there's Who Done It, which is one that I super am excited about because I saw Who Done It when I was in college. It was the very first movie I ran in college. Deadly Games, which is the 4K release. Rest in Pieces, which is Jose Larraz. I'll explain Who Done It in a second there, Brian. Cemetery of Terror, which is of course is a Spanish kind of a zombie-ish type film, and Necromancer with the beautiful Elizabeth Caton. There you go, Elizabeth Caton right there, Ron. You know I like Elizabeth Caton. So five releases. Who Done It is kind of like um, I don't want to call it a regional slasher, but you're kind of going into that territory. It's low budget. It is super gory for when I saw it, for back in the time that I saw it. I'm not sure if the gore is going to hold up today. I remember like it was on VHS. It was a pretty like the copy was pretty run ragged when I rented it. It had been around the block, and I'm watching the film and I'm like, is this a snuff? Am I watching a snuff film here? Like these people are just getting picked off one by one. But it was just kind of like it was the director's kind of version, twisted, unique version of Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. That's pretty much. So if you've seen And Then There Were None, it's not the same plot, but it's got the same base of like there's people in a hotel. I think it's a hotel. I would have to look back. I haven't even read the description. I think the people in a hotel or on an island, something like that, and they're getting kind of picked off one by one. I kind of remember, and oh God, I hope I'm not wrong, or I hope I'm not remembering this wrong, but like a shower scene with acid. Anybody seen Who Done It? Remember the scene? Isn't there a shower scene in Who Done It with like acid coming out of the shower? Am I remembering that correctly? Like, don't quote me, because it's been like when I say I saw Who Done It, I mean like I saw it back when it was first came out. I'm gonna see if that shows up here. But I remember that. Anybody else see Who Done It? My God, this is predictive text sucks on this. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong about that. Don't quote me on the shower acid scene. I could be thinking of a different film. I just remember really liking it. Like there's a rawness to it that I really enjoyed. So that's probably my. Remember, every video I get something wrong. Brad has a really there's a really good reason for him to be excited about this. It's a great lineup. So I know you talked to Brad. So tell Brad, kudos on this one. They've outdone themselves, and this is coming from me, who yeah, who was the Z grade guy, who was like it was like the cheesy horror like thriller fan. Uh, I I didn't expect this. Yours Jaws quadrology because you wrote a Cruel Jaws. Well, you're going to see a lot of the Jaws quadrology in Cruel Jaws. Uh, who done? It's a different one. I mean, like Dungeon. It's like are they on an island? Let's just look it up. I'm sure they got like something written here. Um, it is very like I don't want to call it Agatha Christie, but it is kind of like that. Did they mention that here? Oh yeah, it's there. In a large house on an otherwise uninhabited Pacific island, a group of hopeful young actors have assembled to prepare for their roles in what they've been told will be a very unique family oriented film. But on the first night, one of them is horribly boiled alive. Okay, it's boiled alive, that's what it is, and dies. Although initially assumed to be an accident, as others are mangled, mutilated, bodies begin to appear, it becomes apparent that a madman is lurking among them and seems to be concocting all the diabolical deaths in accordance with the macabre lyrics to an obscure song. One of the stranger cinematic interpretations of Agatha Christie's classic novel And Then There Were None, William T. Node's Whodunit, also known as Island Blood or Sacred or Scared Live, takes firm psychotronic hold of its respectable literary source material, transforming it to an over-the-top gore fest, complete with a jaw-dropping out of left field final twist. I remember this twist actually. A victim of decades worth of terrible-looking and extremely dark VHS releases. That is an understatement, by the way. Finger Cinema is overjoyed to revive this never-on-disc 80s slasher and present it in its original Blu-ray format from a fresh 4K restoration of its 35 millimeter OCN. So if that hasn't sold you on that film, I don't know how else to sell you on Who Done It. Oh, Brian, but I think have I sold you? Have I sold you to a film on your birthday? Couch, you sold. Excellent. Uh, Deadly Games wasn't just teased. Deadly Games is getting a 4K release, Wilf. It's getting a 4K Blu-ray like double pack release. I want. I mentioned it to my better half. If I can, Brian, financially I don't know if I can, but if I can, because this would be the first year that I haven't gotten the Vinegar Syndrome October releases. If I don't get them, it'll be the first year that I don't, and this will, and which is ironic, because over any other year, uh, this is the year that I do want them the most, because Whodunit has like a very very much like a strong feel for me. Yeah, the Friday 13th set's my October budget. I've already paid for my for not for the Friday set, but for like the Fu Manchu set. Prepare wallets for October is always the worst month. I just sent like a message to my better half. Would Fu Manchu be considered racist today? Yeah, a little bit. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be, and I'm not gonna like come here and say I like the Fu Manchu films, but there's definitely problematic issues for stuff like that. Am I getting the Mothra box? I didn't know there's a Mothra box. To be honest with you. Oh wait, oh yes I did. That's the UK one, right? Uh, probably probably not. Not right now. Eureka, thank you. But because I got the Gamera set and the Godzilla set this year. I'm getting the Ultraman sets. Luckily, like I'm doing some reviewing, hopefully for fingers crossed for Mill Creek. If that's the case, then I'll maybe I'll get some. Then I'll let you guys like know anytime because I'll be reviewing some stuff. Actually, I'm going to be reviewing a couple upcoming films for Tri Coast Entertainment as well, that I'm very interested in. So hopefully, fun stuff. So fingers crossed, guys. I'm really trying to like just push forward and ahead with the channel, um, and do kind of like new and hopefully exciting stuff. That's why we're working on stuff for Patreon. You don't get paid for reviews. Well, I don't. I guess there are people out there that do. Usually, if you're reviewing something for someone, if they pay you, then you're no longer what's the word? You're no longer like a objective, I guess. Hey there, Cinematheque. Um, so the idea basically is like they'll send you review copies, or with some companies like Tricoast, basically what they do is they'll send you a link to the film, and you watch the film there on like on a on your on your computer, on your iPad, whatever. And then you as you're watching it, I watched because when I did Tombstone Rashomon, I watched it over a couple times, and I like took some notes. Um, when I'm doing a review, that's a pre-tape thing, and it normally runs around 10, max of 15 minutes for like a review because I don't think reviews should be longer than that. Um, but if there's something that I'm very excited about, then I'll be honest. And if there's something that I don't like, I'm honest. Mill Creek did a Mothra Steelbook. I know because my dad has it. He's my dad's a huge a Kaiju fan too. Say, well, that Hammer box set's amazing. There's so much on it, and what I love about that, and what I love about what Indicator did, what I love about what Mill Creek has done, is they've gone into like, okay, this is Hammer. Uh, not just give like Dracula. Let's not just give Frankenstein. Let's give different stuff. No new Vinegar Cinema adult titles in a while. Well, that's true, Cinematheque, but don't forget that the December releases for Vinegar Syndrome are all adult titles. So every pretty much like the way they do it like a lot now, especially is like from September on to November, you get like an adult title every once in a while, but mostly it's gonna be like horror. Um, it's going to be horror, science fiction, that type of thing. Mostly horror. From September right on to November, you're going to get a lot of horror. November's gonna have a blend of things. When it comes to December, that's usually when they'll drop like some title that like usually because December, as a lot of people don't have the cash after that. Anxious to see Severn's October package. I I have no idea what Severn could do for October. I know that I've heard like rumors about Jess Franco. So and there's been like rumors that they might like dive into their back catalog and be actually doing a better version of something that they did early on. That leads me to think that Bloody Games, sorry, Bloody, is it Bloody, what's it called? Bloody Moon, sorry, yeah, Bloody Moon might be something that Severin could re-release with a better, with a better print of, and like some and a lot of new special features. Definitely, that would be one that I could see going on their list. So Bloody Moon's what I think. Do you think so? Bloody Moon too, Mike? Because that's a really cool, like it's a solid film, like a solid slasher film, especially when you think of Franco. It's about as solid as Franco as you're gonna get there, man. Uh, so, but uh, but I can see that. I'm actually surprised that we have not yet seen, and I do think we are gonna see this. Severn's dipping its toes into 4K. So I think something like a Franco Bloody Moon, we could see something like that as a 4K release. Quick boobs. I like that actually. Well, a lot of them in there, not just boobs. It's a Franco film. And for those that came in late, it's Who Done It, Deadly Games, Rest in Pieces, Jose Larraz, by the way, guys. Cemetery of Terror, and Necromancer. That's the five titles. By the way, Necromancer is a VSA release, so look forward to another big like Necromancer like double sided poster. Uh, Deadly Games is a 4K Blu-ray release with an embossed cover, by the way. We've seen them do like kind of like lenticular covers, metallic covers. Some people complained a bit of the metallic covers because they do tend to scratch a bit easier. That's anybody that's ever got any kind of foil, ever bought a foil like cover on a comic book, just know that's par for the course. Do you have any favorites? Actually, I love everything from the new announcement. Uh, I Who Done It is definitely a big one for me because it is one from my it's one from my youth. Who Done is something that I saw back in the day. I rented it on VHS, and it was like a pretty like beat up copy even when I rented it. And the quality was crap, but I really enjoyed it. Deadly Games is fun. So that's a fun one there. Necromancer I haven't seen in ages. I don't think I've seen like Cemetery of Terror, so that's actually very exciting. And And the other one is yeah, everything. Like just pretty much everything on the list. Did I see Blue Underground's announcement for Vigilante? Vigilante is actually a pretty cool film. Yeah, I think it's Robert Forster, for someone I remember. Yeah, free shipping to the U.S. now, and shipping for if you're in the Canada and you're and what you're ordering is over $100. I think it's free shipping in Canada as well. And I think for international, it's $150 free shipping. Oh, Indy, guys, we got to tell Indy. Is over there in Japan, and he gets the package come from from them. So you ready, Indy? So we got Necromancer. It's a VSA release, by the way. Elizabeth Caton. We have Cemetery of Terror. Jose Larraz's Rest in Pieces. I'm loving this cover art, by the way. On 4K for the first time, actually on disc for the first time in North America. They have 4K release of Deadly Games. 175 international. Thank you, Sculder. And last but not least, and I'm very excited about this one, Who Done It is coming to Blu-ray. So there you go, Andy. Some super exciting things. That's not all, though. Don't think that's all. You think that's all? There's more. They have partner labels that they work with. One of them actually, by the way, speaking of having Brian here on his birthday, uh, one of my favorite episodes of Just the Discs is the episode that Brian did with the guy from Fun City Editions. It was incredible. Just the Discs actually broke the news on the release of this title, and and that is I Start Counting with Jenny Agutter, and it sounds freaking amazing. Well, basically with Jenny Agutter, who may or may not be in love with a psychotic killer, and it's kind of a coming of age type of film. It looks gorgeous, and super exciting stuff. And I haven't seen it either, Brian, but it looks amazing and it sounds amazing, and it's Jenny Agutter. So and one that is unique. We'll say unique, okay? I'm gonna Scary Tales from AGFA. Oh, sorry, Brian has two very popular um, uh, podcasts, amazing podcasts actually. He has Just to This, which is a lot deals a lot with with movie collecting and stuff like that, kind of like this, and but he does it cooler with a lot of really cool guest stars, and, and Pure Cinema, which is one that he does with Elric Kane, and they have like some really great people on there from Eli Roth to Quentin Tarantino. I think Michael Ironside I think was on there as once. They've pretty much had them all. Are they real what VSU is? No, I don't think it's Utopia. I think people saw the Utopia label. Yeah, there's a Utopia one too. It's a new film, a 2020 film, but I don't think that has anything to do with with VSU. And I didn't think much of the film because I didn't like the the title, but it actually looks good, which is Bloody Noses, Empty Pockets. Mockbit was probably her debut. I guess it's either her debut or it was done. This may have been done like directly after or directly before, um, but I think it was around that time period. Is it John? Did I get the wrong place? I do apologize, Indy, if I did. China. See how much Geography. I suck at it. I so suck at it. I do actually. Worst subject in school. When I, is is geography. So that when I was going to school, that was like my worst subject. I yeah, embarrassed myself in geography class quite a bit. So when I so ironically, when I finally meet my better half, where is she from? Not from here. She is from Morocco. So I know nothing about about that area when I meet her. Actually, when I first met her, I was nervous about getting her name wrong. So I would keep I would keep saying like nicknames and stuff. I do think the new prices are going to stay. I think that's what it's going to be from now on. Indy, by the way, I'm so sorry about getting the the place wrong. Went to Twilight Zone complete series at Walmart last weekend. $75. That's nuts. Um, I went back. Secret here. I went back to Walmart because I called my dad, and my dad couldn't get Twilight Zone at his Walmart. So I'm going to visit my dad next month. I'm going to visit into Newfoundland next month. That's why we're going to do videos from there during the 31 days of horror, and that's why some days are going to be doubled up. Well, yeah, Warlock's actually in Ontario, so he should definitely be able to get it. So I went and I grabbed the last copy that was there for my dad as a gift. So I wanted him to get that because like, it is expensive. Like you go on Amazon, it's like Twilight Zone Blu-ray edition now only $75, and I'm like, are you serious? I just bought it for $15 at Walmart, and I went back and like it had been there for like weeks, like and nobody touched it. Like I think around 2 weeks, nobody touched it. So I said, shag it. I'm going to grab it for my dad. I didn't grab myself anything that day. I just went and grabbed that. I was initially going to get the I Spit on Your Grave like trilogy, like the cheap like new the remake trilogy, but I said, if I'm going to do that, it's that. So I had to do that. I had to yeah. Went for the dad stuff. Oh, George, you're going. Have a great evening there, George. George picked up a massive amount of stuff recently at HMV. He sent me like some pics, and man, it's pretty cool. Does my dad collect all Vinegar Syndrome adult hordes? Actually, my dad collects doesn't collect as much as he used to now. Like they're moving soon, so like he's saving up for like for a move. Hey there, Dick. Did you at least find like the Shout and Scream Factory stuff? By the way, did anybody notice that there's new Shout and Scream Factory stuff out some of the WalMarts? This it's been shown in New Brunswick. It's been shown. I sent Emily like a picture earlier, and it had listed the other. I'm not sure if family's still here now, but she was here at the beginning of the video. Uh, the stuff that they were putting out. So other ones coming out or may already be out right now at your local Walmart. By the way. Uh, oh, Steelbooks. Yeah, I'll mention a couple Steelbooks too. So Pet Cemetery 2, $25 at Walmart. My Bloody Valentine, $25. Idle Hands, $25, which is much cheaper than the Amazon release. And Escape from New York, $18 at Walmart. Terminator Dark Fate Steelbook is $8. And A Quiet Place is also $8. And by the way, those are the 4K editions of those films that I'm talking about right now. So there's 4K editions of like A Quiet Place and Terminator Dark Fate. And I did see some $8 like kind of Blu-ray steelbooks at Walmart as well. Oh, any hidden title? Oh yes, The Necromancer indie is the VSA title, and the other title, uh, and Deadly Games. They weren't at my Walmart. I checked, unfortunately. Hopefully they'll be at yours. Um, and the other Deadly Games is the 4K release. Um, very very excited about very excited, but I start counting. Um, Now with the AGFA one, like which as I'm kind of wondering if you're asking, yes, there is an extra movie with the AGFA film, like always. So Scary Tales has a 1994 film called Darkest Soul, which was pretty much the follow up to Scary Tales. That's here as well, and there's gonna be some like short horror shorts by the director of Scary Tales showing up on that AGFA title. If anybody's ever bought an AGF title, you know that there's usually like a ton of features on those. Oh, Necromancer, that's a Russ Hamlin actually. Oh yeah, sorry, Mike, I missed your message there. So yeah, the box set for uh Twilight Zone, like the Blu-ray edition for the original Twilight Zone, 156 episodes, 24 discs, I think, 24 Blu-rays, remastered episodes, is was $15 here in Canada at most WalMarts. Apparently not at Warlock's Walmart yet though, but I hope you find a Warlock. Check the thing that I can recommend is rather than checking a lot of the big Walmarts Warlock, check a lot of the smaller ones because there's less foot traffic in a smaller Walmart often, so you might actually be able to find it there. You went to cinema to see Dark Fate? I don't think it was that bad. It was not a favorite of mine. Wicked World last week. Oh, I haven't seen that one yet, Warlock. That's about yeah. You're right. This is about a guy that did things. Me and my better half recently watched a movie with Russ Tamlin in it, which was Frankenstein versus Dracula, and that was a movie that could have totally not had Frankenstein and Dracula in it, and I would have been perfectly fine. Just putting that there, just saying that, just putting that out loud because I'm gonna do a review. Yeah, smaller WalMarts are key. With the with the smaller Walmart, you're often going to find with a lot of smaller, like people always run to the biggest like Walmart they can buy. They're super WalMarts. They're super Targets, stuff like that, right? Um, you go to the smaller ones, you get less people in there, less foot traffic, less people going around those sections. So you're much get a much better chance of grabbing some of those releases that you want, and hopefully Warlock that works out for you. Because Twilight Zone on Blu-ray, everybody should own it, and for $15, damn man, that's a good price. If there would have been any more here, I would have looked for you. Yeah, you have much more, many more places to check than I do. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, like I live right here in like North Sydney, Nova Scotia, and it's not a big area. I'm not used to living in such a small area. I haven't lived in a small area since I was like in high school. So now this small anyway. But I was really surprised with the variety of stuff that the Walmart would get in here. Um, when we like lived outside of town during Black Friday, we went searching all the WalMarts, and we were looking for stuff, and we could not find anything. Like we found like random releases here and there, but we came to the Walmart here, and there was a ton of stuff that we hadn't seen anywhere else. Have I been in Vancouver? Actually, Vancouver is the only province in Canada that I've never been at. I've been to every other province in Canada except for Vancouver, and I really, really would like to go to there. Trying to talk your wife to go to the beach. Oh, you should go to Base Your Video. Well, that's tell them I said hi, and that I will definitely be back the next time I go to Ontario, because they are just such cool. They're such cool people. Geography, British Columbia. British Columbia is a province. I'm not that bad at geography. Did I say province? Okay, sorry. Yeah, Vancouver's the one city that I haven't been to. You know, thank you for catching that, Andy. No, I'm not that bad at geography. I know Canadian geography, which is totally, I should know more. I don't know if they put the lesser film in VSA this time because Necromancer I think is fun. Um, and I do love Elizabeth Caden because I got a weak spot for Elizabeth Caden. Uh, so definitely one that I'm kind of excited about. It's nice to see that. I was surprised that they didn't put a 4 pack, and did they put a 4 pack there without the VSA? That it just went for the 5 pack because I think for the 5 pack and then for singular releases. Dr. Justice Dungeon. Sam, are you one of my patrons? By the way, there's a reason I'm asking. It's okay if I'm not not for that reason. It's that me and my better half did a review of Dr. Jekyll's Dungeon of Death on the Patreon channel. I was wondering what that's why you mentioned it. Hey there, Jason. Apparently, people are reminding me that Vancouver is not a province because I accidentally said province instead of city. Um, I promise you guys, that's the one thing I knew. We had to read the. Remember in school, like it gets bigger each day. It's becoming before you know. See, I'll have more beard than I'll have hair on my. Well, I do have more beard than hair on my head. That's a given. But then I initially had hair on my head because I had like long curly hair at one point, guys. Well, I think Warlock. I think what it is, hopefully, is aside from the fact that they're enjoying the charming company of being in here, it's the fact we're talking Vinegar Syndrome. And if there's one thing that that most people know that like know my channel for is Vinegar Syndrome. I was the first person to like shine a light on Vinegar Syndrome. Like really go into them. Actually, I'm not. No, no. That's not being fair. Celluloid Shot is a reviewer on here, and he was really into like interviewing like reviewing Vinegar Syndrome titles. I was just the first person like to really kind of like that became kind of my brand. Yeah, because I like all kinds of films, but Vinegar Syndrome for like longest time I kind of dove so deep into that company and and I just let my love of cinema and the cheesiness and the fun stuff just kind of flow through. Um, Michael Keane does an excellent job on that stuff. I actually spoke to I've me and Michael have tweeted back a couple times. Do you have most of the releases? Not enough. I mean, like in the background there, like you see that shelf and that shelf. That's all. That's all Vinegar Syndrome. Are you leaving me for Michael Warlock? Is that what this? That's what this is. A collab with me and Michael would be cool. Actually, I haven't got to speak to Michael enough on that. I would definitely be kind of down with that. We have very contrasting personalities. Um, I'm very Canadian, and he's very American. And I mean that in like in kind of in like in a good way, in a really good way. Um, so yeah, you know what? Uh, if he'd be into it sometime down the road, a collab with Michael, it'd probably work. Because you get like that Siskel and Ebert like thing going on. Actually, Michael through my channel. Well, that's the thing. I will when I see somebody like coming up there and doing like good work. Um, I'll always shout them out. And it doesn't matter if there's any like similarities or anything between the channel because we all uh, We had a couple titles that I really liked, but to each their own. That we all got different tastes. But I'm not one of the people that's gonna be like, oh, I gotta compete with this other YouTuber or this other channel. No, no, I'm not down with that. So basically, this is a live channel. A lot of people on here like do YouTube, and basically, the whole idea for I'm being live and stuff like that is so I can promote other channels. Are there any recent Vinegar Stream titles that I don't like? I don't know if there's any that I don't like. I love Pale Blood. Took me two watches to get like really into it. It's gorgeous. Like the cover is gorgeous. Got Wings Hauser who thinks does a great job in it. Uh, but it goes a little bit slow. Um, and I ended up liking it. My initial like, Jason, I don't have enough money to be a yearly subscriber to a Vinegar Stream. I wish I was. Um, One of my dreams is to become a yearly subscriber. Hey there, Jordan. To Vinegar Syndrome. Lead actor in Pale Blood is miscast. He's a good actor though. I mean, like, if you look at, you probably know this already, but he's the guy from West Side Story. That's he's a dancer, and of course, I guess his claim to fame is West Side Story. But it's of course he's older by this point, which kind of works for a vampire. Yeah, he's not like the Thunderdome. Yeah, I have fun, especially when somebody that I don't always agree with. Me and Kubrick disagree a lot, but we we respect each other's opinions and have like a lot of fun with it. He thinks Mitch is a sexy vampire detective. I can kind of see that. But Wings is amazing. We got to admit, Wings Howard is incredible in that. Not up to the Ramrod level, but he's definitely doing a great job. Pale Rider is an amazing film. I actually love. I didn't like Pale Rider the first time I saw it though. I'm not sure what it was with the time that I saw it, or it was late at night or something. But it was I think. But I'm not sure if it's in theater or not. But I didn't like it. Then I went back and watched it again, and I really enjoyed it. Where's Myers box set? Hopefully, Emily, a lot going on is good. Let me know if you manage to pick up those Scream Factories. Snap me a picture so I can like be totally jealous. I know you grabbed Idle Hands. See, for some reason, Indy, I thought you were like a subscriber. Oh, well, it's in Canada, but you guys got like better price Scream Factories at your Walmart. Recently, like Idle Hands and because we already had Blob and Vampires and stuff like that come out, but Idle Hands, Pet Cemetery 2, Escape from New York, and another one which I can't remember right now, are like came to Walmart. The last one that I picked up. How did you get? Did you order like your Ghost Ship from like directly from Scream Factory? Because I saw that you got Ghost Ship already, so I'm gonna guess you must have ordered directly from Scream Factory. Oh, they sent you Ghost Ship, huh? Yeah, you get stuff, man. You get stuff from Scream Factory. Damn, you're lucky. I'm sometimes. Well, congratulations, dude. That's a really cool looking cover, by the way. It's a really good cover for Ghost Ship. I was talking to my daughter um, last night, and she's watching through the Canadian TV show Slasher right now. So she just finished the second season. Saving for my Halloween to watch pile. I'll be ready for that one, dude. Um, and so she was a little disappointed with the ending of the second season of Slasher. She liked the twist, but there's certain things that kind of like she was iffy on the second season of. Um, anyway, so if nobody's ever seen it, Slasher is a slasher TV series. It's that's set and that's filmed here in Canada, uh, and there's been three seasons so far. And I was saying that for me, the series. So if anybody's seen it, maybe they'll will kind of like can let me know what they think. The series slasher, for especially in the first two seasons, suffers from ghost ship syndrome. And ghost ship syndrome is a very kind of like a very real thing, um, for films and from TV shows. And that's when you do something so extravagantly cool and amazing at the beginning that I'm there. I am here. I am now. I'm making this a thing. Ghost ship syndrome. So here, you've heard it here first. If you ever use the term ghost ship syndrome, give me some credit. So you do something so amazing, kind of cool at the beginning that you can't possibly follow it up like in the end. You can't overdo it. You can't do something that that's going to go to that level in at the end of it. But like think about it. That's like if you've ever seen the movie Ghost Ship without giving too many spoilers away, right from the start, like from both from the beginning of the first season and beginning of the second season. Now, there's a really good twist around midway through the first season of Slasher that I really enjoy. Ghost Ship's fun. I mean, like Ghost Ship's a movie that has this opening, and it is this extravagantly, oh my god, I can't believe this just happened opening. But after the opening, it's like, where do you go? Um, I can't tell you what it is, but like, just trust me. Watch opening a Ghost Ship and be like, how do you follow that up? Um, in the movie, in the TV series Slasher, there's this extremely like over the top, really kind of gory, bloody death at the beginning of the second season, and it is brutal and surprising and shocking. The first season Slasher starts out with this executioner character that kind of comes in and he like creepily kills this guy and his wife, and actually takes the body out of the baby out of the girl's body. Uh, and it's like that's the first scene of the first episode of the first show. And Slasher, like well, I love I love the show Slasher. I think it's really fun. I really like the third season actually. I really like the third season with the druid. But but when you start like that, it's like how can you possibly get to the end of it and keep it solid like that? Just keep things like okay. There was this super like the killer just killed a family and took a took a baby out of the mother's stomach. I'm sure we can top that at the end of the series, but they almost do it in the first season. There's a twist in the first season which I will not give away. And if you have not seen Slasher, Scream Factory actually put it out. They put it the first season of it on Blu-ray. Uh, Slasher has 8 episodes per season, which I think is kind of a sweet spot for shows right now, especially for like horror shows. I love eight episode shows. I love when they do that. Like back in the day, I would hate to see something like that. When I was a kid, I wanted like my 32, 34 episode, like Dallas and Matt Houston and that type of stuff. But now, like as I'm older, I'm like, well, man, 8 episodes, you really it's a sweet spot. Yeah, if you haven't checked it out, it's really cool. Now I will tell you right now, Couch, that the opening that between like the first to 1.5 episodes, you're gonna know the killer. Like they're gonna pretend like you don't know the killer, but you're gonna know the killer. It's really easy. Like second season takes a little bit longer. First season Slasher, you know the killer. it's like it's pretty much like the killer couldn't be more telegraphed if the killer walked around with a sign saying, "Hey, look at me, I'm totally the killer," written on him. If you've ever watched Mitchell and Webb, um, oh no, is it Mitch Webb? No, it's Catherine Tate. It's Catherine Tate show, where basically no, it's one of them. It's either Mitch Webb or Catherine Tate, where basically the killer is going around. Like I said, we can't figure it out. Well, like who could the killer be? All we've got here is this. Yeah, the guy from Peep Show, Mitchell and Webb, right? So all we got here is this is his resume and and a written confession and a T-shirt with his face on it. And the And like who, but who could the killer be? Who could the killer be? Uh, it's uh, it's like that. Friday 13th Part 5. I like Friday 13th Part 5. But I know what you mean. Like that axe opening. The axe opening is so different from any other death in Friday 13th. In the series. I've actually talked about this with one of my friends. The axe opening, like as people rag on Friday 13th Part 5, um, but the axe opening is brutal. It is brutal like no other death in any throughout the Friday 13th series because it is pure rage. It is a pure rage death. We don't get to see very much of it, but it is a pure rage murder. Jason, like he's a killer, and it's like he's gone. He's methodical, but in part five, beginning of part five, it is just pure unadulterated like rage. See, I don't think it's one of the weaker films. I think part five is actually a lot stronger than people give credit for. Give it another chance, Cinematech. Remember, think of it like this. Think of it like part five is going back to the roots. I do like part five, Brian. This is here's something I can talk about. You want to talk about the Friday 13th series on your channel? Yeah, have you done that yet? Because if you haven't, I'm your man. Uh, part five is going back to the roots of Friday 13th. Friday 13th original was a mystery, although it doesn't uh, get to it doesn't get to like the well, part one is a cheat, right? But part five, you actually there's clues to who the killer is. There's clues to who the killer is in Friday the 13th part five. It's fun. It's cheesy. It goes in a different direction. Hopefully you got that reference. But I like where it goes. I really like where Friday 13th part five goes. And it's I love the mask too. Like that the mask with I love the blue. It looks so good. So it reminds you of Robert Altman's a player. You know the killer at the start. See, it's one of those cool ones. Notes Jason Takes Manhattan. First one he saw in theater. See, oh god, that's I saw Jason Takes Manhattan. I saw him on theater. Um, but Jason Takes Manhattan tends to be I'm iffy on it. Sometimes I like it, and other times I like hate the makeup on it. The makeup on Jason Takes Manhattan is so it's so bad. Like yeah, pretty much all of them in theater. I'm trying to think if there's one that I didn't see in the theater. I saw Jason X in theater. I didn't see Freddy vs. Jason in theater. That's the one I didn't see in theater. And it didn't matter to me because I wasn't big on Freddy vs. Jason. I know a lot of people love it, but it was the lesser one for me. And it's probably because I'm a huge fan of Friday 13th. I'm a huge fan of the character Jason Voorhees, and I've got like strong opinions on like how Tommy should be done. I really like the actor Tom Matthews. I don't like Tom Matthews' portrayal of Tommy Jarvis in Jason and Friday 13th Part 6, although it's one of my favorites. I really I loved Bride of Chucky, but I really hate what they do with Jason and Freddy versus Jason and the whole like, oh look, he's afraid of water. No, he's not. Thing just it just doesn't work. Actually, was it we had the director of Urban Legend and have Valentine in here, and I think it was a friend of his whose son played like Jason, like like the live Jason, like the kid Jason in Jason Takes Manhattan. He mentioned it during the video. Well, John Shepard, I think John Shepard was became like he became like super religious, and I think he became like I'm not sure if he was a Christian minister. He worked with like kids and stuff like that too. Um, oh yeah, Jamie Blanks was here. I'm hoping sometime, and I got to talk to Jamie. What to have him like to do like a video here, like just like kind of have him on. I'm not sure if I do it live or we'll do like a StreamYard or a Zoom or something like that. But when he's not busy over there in Melbourne, we'll try and schedule something. I'm very like super blessed to have him like come on to here, and I was really kind of bowled over that he liked my urban legend review. That that was as a guy like just guy on YouTube. It means a lot when like people come in like that. It meant when Brian came in from Just the Discs and Pure Cinema. I listened to Just the Discs and Pure Cinema religiously, uh, long before I was ever on like Just the Disc. So I was pretty geeky the first time Brian came on here. You saw live commentary of Friday 13th J Snakes Manhattan at Halloween Marathon, making fun of the film. I don't mind that. I mean, like some people like don't like the MST3K riff track stuff. I actually find it fun. I used to do that when I was a teenager myself. We'd riff films. Well, though there was we didn't call it riffing. We just called it just making fun of films that we enjoyed actually, just because it was fun to do that. But with that being said, it's getting later here. Actually, it's only 10 here. But I have to get up early tomorrow morning because I have to film a video with Daisuke, which hopefully, guys, it'll be on here. And you guys will be able to see it. I won't be on here, it'll be on Daisuke's channel. So, with all that, I got to say thank you so much for coming to the movie library tonight. I am Aaron. This is the call to cinema. You guys are the call to cinema. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. And I will see you guys soon. So right now, it's time for tea.